working in joy, calling to spirit, filling our lives with prosperity. It's more certain than truth, closer than near. All we could hope for and more is already here. Planting our garden of love, we put our hearts into every seed. Working in joy, calling to spirit, filling our lives with prosperity. It's more certain than truth, closer than near. All we could hope for and more is already here.
Well, that ended suddenly. Sorry, I wasn't prepared. I wasn't unmuted. Good morning and welcome to Unity of the Hill Country's virtual Sunday gathering. I'm Beverly Pryor and I'm the minister at Unity of the Hill Country here in Kerrville, Texas. Let's just take a moment and get centered in prayer. If you will, join me in closing our eyes and take a deep breath in and just slowly release that breath. Just allowing yourself to become present to this moment and this time. Together we open our hearts and our minds. We join with one another. We sanctify this time together. Whether you're watching live on Zoom, on Facebook, whether you're joining us later, watching a recording, in this moment, we bring our focus, we bring our attention to our oneness. We know that as we take this moment, we get centered with open hearts and open minds, filled with gratitude and appreciation for this opportunity to be together. We are connected. We are here to support one another in knowing truth. And for this and so much more, we simply say thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. Amen. The opening statement for Unity of the Hill Country and most unities around the world is there's only one presence and one power active in my life and in the universe, God the good, the omnipotent. That is also the first of our 5 unity principles that you could find if you want to look on our website or Unity Worldwide's website. You'll see all 5 unity principles, and we speak to them often. And of course, that one power and one presence is all that there is. We have a few quick announcements today. Our Angel Tree program is in full swing, and we're accepting donations through the 15th, which is Tuesday. We also have another fundraiser that one of our community members, Leslie Swope, who's an Avon representative, has sponsored for us, where she is going to give, if you order something between now and the 16th, which is Wednesday, I ordered something and I've already received my shipment. So the reason it's ending on the 16th is because if you're ordering something as a gift for someone or for yourself for stocking stuffer or whatever it is for Christmas, if you order by the 16th, it'll arrive in time. But everything that is her net profit, it's just gross minus the shipping charge. She's not keeping any percentage for herself. So if you like Avon products, and they have so many different things, it's not like when I was a little girl. I like the Skin So Soft because it repels bugs and it also softens your skin. But they have bubble bath and they have all kinds of amazing products that you can enjoy, even pens and gifty items. So anyway, if you're interested, check that out. You can find the link on our website and also on our Facebook page. And we sent an email out this week. And so if you go straight to Leslie's site, then it clicks through to the fundraiser for Unity of the Hill Country. You'll be able to see that. If you have any questions, you can reach out to Leslie, or you can call the office and speak with Mandy, and she'll help you through that. The next thing I want to tell you about is, every year during the holidays, we do a number of sacred ceremonies. And because we can't come together and give you your candle for candle lighting and your material for burning bowl and the white stone ceremony, we've put together some kits for you. And so Mandy and I have put together, if you see right here, I don't know if you can see my pointer, but there in the kit is a brochure that describes the 3 ceremonies, which most of you are familiar with, but if you're not, you can read about them in the brochure or online. You see the candle with the drip guard here. It's got the affirmation attached to it. That will be in one little bag inside your larger bag. And then separately in another little bag is all the materials you need for burning bowl, which we won't be doing burning this year. We're doing a water soluble paper. We often have the flash paper so that there's no smoke to set off the alarm in the building. But I didn't think it was a good idea to ask you all to burn things in your own homes. So we got this water soluble paper. And so when you write down the things you want to get rid of, to release for the year, then you can put them in water soluble paper, in water, and the water soluble paper will dissolve. But you've got the letter that you write and put in an envelope, and you can drop that by the office or mail it to us, or just keep it and open it in the middle of the year. But that isn't another one. And then I've thrown in one more thing. If you look at the top here, there's the Wings of Prayer, which I mentioned last week. It's an outline of a feather that you can decorate and send to, and there's a form on the bottom to submit yours. Send it up to Unity Village, and they'll include it in this wings collage that people who come to the bookstore at Unity Village will be able to stand in front of and take their picture. And your love and your energy and your good thoughts and prayers will go with your feather that you submit and be a part of that bigger project. And I think that's fun. It's fun to do, and it's exciting to be a part of something bigger than ourselves. So if you would like one of these kits that we've put together, call the office and let us know. You can come by and pick it up Monday through Thursday, 10 to 2. If you can't come by, Mandy and I will make a special effort to bring it to you. We don't want anyone left out who wants to participate. Now, you could, of course, collect all these things for yourself. If you don't come by and get a packet, you can still participate as we do these sacred ceremonies. But I love the ritual of it and the beauty and the deeper meaning to all these beautiful activities. So today, the last announcement is about our special music. And our special music today is being presented again by the amazing and beautiful and talented Dina Ridenour. She was with us a couple of months ago, and Dina is someone I know from Unity of Dallas. I just fell in love with the first time I ever heard her sing. And I know if you haven't heard her before, you will fall in love with her today. She's very talented, but her light shines through. Her voice is beautiful, but her light is brighter than I can even describe. So we did send out a message about her. You can read all of her details in her bio, in the weekly message, or on our website, but you'll be gifted by her presence today. So I just want to let Dina know how much I appreciate her being here with us. So now let's take a moment and, those of you who might be listening who are new to Unity might not be aware that Unity was actually founded on prayer. Myrtle and Charles Fillmore were a couple who, at the turn of the previous century, were involved in what was called the New Thought movement, which is also still what Unity is part of. And New Thought meaning understanding a new way of thinking and understanding spirituality. And Myrtle, who had always had illness, tuberculosis, and told that she was a sickly child, heard these words by a gentleman by the name of E.B. Weeks, and it was said, "You're a child of God and you cannot inherit illness." And she took that one phrase into meditation and imagined herself sitting next to Jesus and spoke to every cell of her body and healed herself of a lifelong illness. And from that, her husband Charles was inspired, and they began to share with people the power of prayer. And I want you to really know and understand the power of prayer. Prayer is truth. Prayer, when you're praying from the consciousness of understanding that Christ that dwells within you, there's no prayer that's too great or too small. Prayer transforms our lives. The act of praying literally changes us. And therefore, once we are changed, our circumstances and everything in our life can change and evolve and become the prosperous, beautiful, loving, harmonious life that we were intended to live. And so let's just take a moment now and join in prayer. You see the photo here of the prayer box that sits in our building, where normally we would receive prayers on little cards that you would submit. We're still receiving prayers. We're just receiving them online through email and by phone call, however you'd like to, or you could write it and mail it to us, or you can call straight to Silent Unity. They're praying 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. When you submit a prayer here locally, our local prayer team will hold that in prayer consciousness, and then we send it on to Unity Village, and it is part of that vigil for 30 days, nonstop vibration of prayer. And they've been praying this way for over 130 years. So it's powerful, it's real, and prayer works. So let's just take a moment together. Close our eyes and take a deep breath in. We just slowly release that breath, letting go of any distractions or busyness of the morning, becoming present to this now moment. Together we open our hearts and our minds, and we just claim truth with a capital T. We know, as demonstrated and taught by our way shower, Christ Jesus, that prayer works. There's nothing too great, too small. And there's nothing but an absolute yes, 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 that responds to our prayers. So in this moment, whatever your need might be for yourself or another, just hold that top of mind. And we're including it right now, whether it's written down or it's explicit, expressed verbally, any way, just in this moment, that prayer that you have in your heart, it's being included in this moment. And we're claiming it, whether it's for prosperity, mental health, physical health, harmony in relationships, whatever need you have in this moment, we're claiming the power of the absolute good that we know in this universe as God. We're claiming the truth in this moment that there's nothing that's too great. And there's nothing that you are not intended to have and to experience in the highest and best. So in this moment, knowing the affirmation, the truth of prayer, we simply say, thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. Amen. The vision and mission statement of Unity of the Hill Country is to live consciously, celebrating the divine potential in all. That's all people, all circumstances, all moments. So this is the third week of Advent, and some of you have the Advent booklet, and I've been reading along with it every day, and it's just filled with sweet little easy, quick reads for the day, but to get you set in the right frame of mind for this awakening of the Christ within, which is what the Christmas season is all about. And this week, the spiritual gift that we'll be focusing on is love. And love, it was the key message of Jesus. And Jesus lived love. He exemplified love, and he came into this world, and we're celebrating the birth of the Christ in that baby Jesus as we celebrate his coming into human form, but we're also celebrating the birth of that Christ within each of us, the awareness that that is also who we are in this world. We are also love. And so the pink candle is lit here we couldn't do a lighting like we would normally do, but let's focus on the scripture that was given to us for today. Above all, clothe yourself with love, which binds everything together in perfect harmony. We can all do this. We can clothe ourselves in love by taking that time every morning to be intentional and to know and accept the truth of who we are, that we are love in this world. We clothe ourselves in love before even stepping out of the house. Clothe ourselves in love once we get out of the car. If we've been driving in traffic and we feel frustrated, you can choose all day long to clothe yourself in love, as was shared in Colossians 3:14. So this week, we're affirming today, there's an affirmation each day in the booklet. The affirmation is, I receive love graciously and reflect it to the world. And once we know who we are, once we know love is our very essence, it's so much easier to reflect it to the world because we see it everywhere we are. And once we see it everywhere, we are also that. We're reflecting out to the world that potential, that beauty of love. So the daily word today is going to be shared by Miss Patsy Sherman. Patsy, are you here?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me okay?
I do hear you.
Okay.
And I can.
And I have my little friend with me today.
I'm not sure why it's not switching over to you though, for some reason.
It's not? Should I go ahead?
Oh, I'm sorry. I muted myself and I was saying speak louder.
Oh. Let me see if I can turn this up.
I can hear you just fine. It's just visually, the camera's not rotating to you for some reason. I see you up there in the corner.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll go ahead then for the daily word.
Okay.
Today, Sunday, December 13th, the word is love. Love surrounds me and fills my heart. Love fills my senses throughout this Advent season. I find it in the taste and aroma of my favorite holiday recipes, lovingly made. I hear it in my favorite Christmas music, sung with joy. I feel love in a child's enthusiastic hug and in a friend's caring touch. I see love and joy in the festive decorations adorning houses and neighborhoods. The love of friends, family, and neighbors at Christmas time surrounds me in so many ways. Throughout the year, love remains the most beautiful evidence of the presence of God in and through all things. Love is the harmonizing power that infuses the world and everyone in it. Inspired by divine love, I perceive the divine in every person and all situations. From 1 Corinthians 13:13, it says, and now faith, hope, and love abide, these three, and the greatest of these is love. Again, today's daily word is love.
Thank you, Patsy. That was lovely. And now we are going to have a performance by our amazing special music, Dina Ridenour.
Thank you so much, Beverly. I'm so happy to be here with all of you again. Thank you for having me. All right, so we ready? Okay. I'd like to share a song by a Christian recording artist. Her name is Jennifer Knapp, if you would like to check her out. Say, won't you say that you love me with love with love everlasting. All my devotion is put into motion by you. Every morning I have a chance to rise and give my all. But every afternoon I find I have only wasted time in light of your all. Isn't love amazing? I forgot how to speak, knowing you are near and I am finally free. Yes. Say, won't you say that you love me with love with love everlasting. All my devotion is put into motion by you. My eyes fear to close. This reckless letting go is hard to bear. On the edge of all I need, still I cling to what I see. And what have I there but my own disasters? Who have I to blame when all I need is waiting to be fanned to flame? Yes, say, won't you say that you love me with love with love everlasting. All my devotion is put into motion by you, yeah, yeah. Oh, I open up my eyes to see you standing there. Oh, I can barely breathe and I can hardly bear, oh, the love that I feel for you inside. I hope you feel it now. Somehow. Say, won't you say that you love me with love with love everlasting. All my devotion is put into motion by you, yeah, 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 yeah. Say, won't you say that you love me with love everlasting. All my devotion is put into motion by you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dina. That was beautiful. Yeah, you see all the applause. And now we'll take that beautiful thought of devotion into our time of meditation. So if you will, just close your eyes with me and take a deep breath in. And slowly releasing that breath. We just feel that peace wash over us, that feeling of love, that centering. The breath connects us mind, body, and spirit. And it connects us one with another in this moment. our awareness of that oneness is unshakable. We know who we are in this moment. And we are love. Bring your attention to the breath. Breathing in and out in your own rhythm. As you focus on the breath, moving in and out of your nostrils, you give yourself a moment to quiet your mind, to let go of distractions, to be in this moment, in this feeling, in this truth of your very essence. You are love. The rising and falling of your breath, it may rise and fall in your chest or in your belly. Allowing that connection with who you truly are. The very truth of your being is love. With the stillness of your mind, notice you may feel this experience of love emanating from your heart center. The more you become still, the more you become aware of your truth. Allow yourself to feel this welling up of love that generates from the very center of you. From your secret place of the Most High. We can bring our attention to this truth, to experience this expression of love we all are in any moment, at any time. Feeling it every cell of our body, feeling it emanating out in home, our city, our state, our country, and our world with the love that we are in a moment of silence. Resting in this stillness, we know our truth. We know who we are in this world. We know it because our Yeshua Jesus demonstrated and told us these things, and even more so shall you do. He affirmed our truth. And we accept that. Together, let's take a deep breath in and bring our attention back to this moment and this time, releasing that breath staying in that truth. We close in gratitude and appreciation by simply saying, thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is.
Love, I speak only love, love, love. I speak only love from the morning's first light to the last star at night. Let my words speak only love. Peace, peace, I speak only peace. Peace, peace, I speak only peace. From the morning's first light to the last star at night. Let my words speak only peace. Truth, truth, I speak only truth. Truth, truth, I speak only truth. From the morning's first light to the last star at night. Let my words speak only truth. Love, love, I speak only love, love. Let my words speak only love. Let my words speak only love.
That song was by Sue Riley, who has been our guest music in the past and will be a guest speaker and music in January. So that's something to look forward to. So I borrowed from her song for my talk title today, Speak Only Love. I love that song. I'm actually a little bit teared up right now, just letting that song just move through me, cell by cell, just embodying that truth of speaking only love. And this season is all about the journey of Mary and Joseph and the birth of baby Jesus. And we'll cover that more in detail when we do our Christmas Eve candlelighting service, which I hope you will make a point to attend either on that evening or watch it later and bring your candle and be a part of that lighting of that Christ light within, which is always available to us to do regardless of the season. But this season is a reminder. And what we'll be doing is we'll have that Christmas Eve experience with a collaboration of Unity churches here in the South Texas area. And each of us will have a part. It'll be a beautiful experience. That part will be pre-recorded, but I will be presenting that recording to you live on Christmas Eve at 6 o'clock. So I hope you'll join us. But one thing I wanted to talk to you about today is not just simply the Mary and Jesus and Joseph story. I wanted to talk to you about a parallel story because we talk about how Jesus came to show us that this is also who we are. And I think for some of us, maybe that's a stretch. Maybe we can't really go there, that we also have light and that truth within us like Jesus, because even though Jesus said to us, these things and even more so shall you do, over the centuries, tradition has kind of put Jesus in this place a little bit out of reach for some of us, and maybe based on our backgrounds or whatever, we might think that it's just a little bit far out there for us to really realize that truth of our being. So I wanted to bring you a parallel story today of John the Baptist. Elizabeth was a relative of Mary, and she and her husband Zachariah were barren. They didn't have any children, and they were on in years and beyond the point where they even believed that they could have children. So here you have Mary, a virgin, which is, wow, how could she do that? And then you've got her relative Elizabeth, who becomes pregnant with John the Baptist. And it's also equally a miracle, but it's juxtaposed. It's that miracle that's also happening. If you'll remember, if you know much about the Bible, John actually was the one who baptized Jesus into this new knowing, into this new truth. So the truth and this love and this energy that was coming from this time was being shared in these two stories that are not the opposite. They're the same, but they've manifest in completely opposite ways. But John was an important character in the Bible. He just doesn't get the same play as Jesus. In Luke 1:8-12, it says, once when he was serving as priest before God, and his section was on duty, he was chosen by lot, which means by, happenstance, according to the custom of the priesthood, to enter the sanctuary of the Lord and offer incense. Now, at the time of the incense offering, the whole assembly of people was outside praying. And then there appeared to Zechariah, that's a him, Zechariah, an angel of the Lord, standing at the right side of the altar of incense. And when Zechariah saw him, he was terrified and fear overwhelmed him. So he was in there just being dutiful and being a good Jewish man, lighting the incense and holding that space for the people who were outside praying. And suddenly this angel comes to him. He's not looking for this to happen. He's not expecting it to happen, but he's still a faithful Jewish man and he's doing his part. And he was surprised when this angel Gabriel showed up, and it said, but the angel said to him, this is in 13-17, continuing on in Luke 1, the angel said to him, do not be afraid, Zechariah, for your prayer has been heard. Your wife Elizabeth will bear you a son, and you will name him John. You will have joy and gladness, and many will rejoice at his birth, for he will be great in the sight of the Lord. He must never drink wine or strong drink. Even before his birth, he will be filled with the Holy Spirit. He will turn many of the people of Israel to the Lord their God. And with the spirit and power of Elijah, he will go before him and turn the hearts of parents to their children, and the disobedient to the wisdom of the righteous, to make ready a people prepared for the Lord. So John the Baptist, it was prophesied by Gabriel the angel, in this moment. And it was shocking, to say the least, to Zechariah, who wasn't, yes, that had been his prayer all of his life, to have a child with Elizabeth, his wife, but they hadn't been blessed and they were way past the years. But here it was, the answering of the prayer in a way that he hadn't anticipated and expected. So he was in this moment of hearing this, and just as those in the traditional story, the angel spoke and people felt fearful because they didn't understand what was happening. But what happened with Zechariah was his fear made him doubt this blessing. And so in Luke 1:18-20, it says, Zechariah said to the angel, how will I know this is so? For I'm an old man and my wife is getting on in years. And the angel replied, I am Gabriel. I stand in the presence of God, and I have been sent to speak to you, to bring you this good news. But now, because you did not believe my words, which will be fulfilled in their time, you will become mute, unable to speak until the day these things occur. So the angel Gabriel was like, I don't want to hear your doubts. I don't want to hear your questions. You can't even speak them. And, in unity, we talk about denials and affirmations, right? We deny the power of the present circumstances over us, and we affirm truth to what we know is possible, and everything is possible. Anything is possible. And so Gabriel helped Zechariah out by making him mute. He could no longer speak those words of doubt. And we, as human beings who've been given dominion over our thoughts and our words, we have this choice. This is a gift to us that we get to choose to make ourselves mute. So when we have desires, we put our prayers out there for healing and wholeness and for prosperity and for harmony in relationships, we need to make ourselves mute about the opposite of it. We need to stop the doubt talk, and we need to focus on truth, what we know is true, and the possibilities that are available to us, which are unlimited. Doubt can be a prayer in and of itself. Just think about that. So whatever it is that you've had on your mind here recently, if you know how you'd like things to be, but you're spending all your time focusing on the doubt and the concern and the worry and the what if and the problem of it, you're just canceling out your affirmative prayer with your doubt. So think about making yourself mute. Use that mute button. You've all have it right here on your computer. If you're here with us live, you know what it's like. You can stop yourself. I know sometimes we have these compulsions and we have this energy and we feel like we need to say this stuff out loud, but we don't. We need to really examine what we want. We need to choose where we put our focus and our attention. And we need to let go of the doubt. We need to affirm, and we need to have faith, and we need to have trust. And we know that we are love expressed in this world. And love is the energy of that absolute good in the world that we call God. So I was looking at this article about doubt in Psychology Today, and Chris Kutarna, PhD, says about uncertainty. He says, uncertainty speaks to our very human inability to predict future outcomes. In uncertain environments, people can be hesitant to act because of their inability to be sure of the outcome, leading to inaction and missed opportunities. So we're kind of in that place right now. There's so much uncertainty about tomorrow because we've been through this year of information changing all the time. And where do we put our attention, and what do we expect going forward, and what do we look forward to? We have to set aside the uncertainty. We can't focus on what we don't know right now, which is a lot. And we have to focus on that vision. We're meeting here virtually because we can, not because we want to, but because it's not a great idea to come together physically. But we can keep our focus on that day when we can come together, when we can look each other in the eye. And, we'll hopefully do that soon outside when it warms up. But then once we feel comfortable about moving back in the building, and we get to that point where we will be able to hug and to embrace one another and to hold one another's hand, we will be back to that experience of loving one another. And we don't know when. So if we focus on the uncertainty, we can make ourselves sad and unhappy and frustrated. But if we focus on that vision of coming together, we focus on that truth, that love that exists in all of us, that love will take us to that manifestation of the vision, to that outworking of truth. But we have to set aside the uncertainty. So Dr. Wayne Dyer wrote a book called The Power of Intention. And he's using, many of us are familiar with the Tao Te Ching, which was written by Lao Tzu. But in this particular book, Wayne Dyer's using the Hua Hu Ching. And in verse 51, he's written this in his book. Those who want to know the truth of the universe should practice the 4 cardinal virtues. The first is reverence to all of life. And he goes on to say, this manifests as unconditional love and respect for oneself and all other beings. So when you think about love, often we go to romantic love, or we go to family love, or we go to things that are familiar. But when you have a reverence for all life, it takes us to that truth that Jesus walked this earth and that John the Baptist was born into, of unconditional love and respect for oneself and all other beings. When you have true respect for yourself, you automatically extend that to others. When you have true love for yourself, when you accept yourself, fat or skinny, pimply or clear skin, whatever it is that you judge yourself, kind or sometimes less than kind, unconditional love and acceptance and respect for yourself allows you to also extend that to others. If we look at how do we extend it, it's not just other human beings. It's animals, it's plants, it's insects. That unconditional love that we can express. I have a bird that keeps getting in my house, a sparrow. I'm not sure why, but I do everything I can to gently guide. I open up the doors and I gently guide the bird back out. I don't want the bird to get harmed. There's bees that sometimes get in my house. I don't know why. And I make a point to get a big bag and I capture the bee and take it outside. If it's wasp, I have to think about it because they can be a little bit mean. But my intention is to do no harm to any living thing. And from that, I'm kinder to myself as a result. The Buddha said, love the whole world as a mother loves her only child. The whole world. We think that there's this special love. Some of you have studied A Course in Miracles and these special love relationships that people talk about, the mother and the child, or love between partners. But this love that Jesus was brought into this world to share with us, and that John the Baptist also in his conception, that blessing of love came through. And that's the love that master teachers have been teaching us about for centuries, the love of the whole world, that maternal love, just as if you were the mother of a child. When Jesus was an adult and he was teaching, and the disciples in those end days were asking him as many questions as they could, they asked him, what was the greatest commandment? In Matthew 22, verse 36, he says, teacher, what commandment in the law is the greatest? He said to him, you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. This is the greatest and the first commandment. And the second is like this, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. On these 2 commandments hang all the law and the prophets. First, love the Lord. Love that truth within you, that Christ nature within you. Know that indwelling Christ is true. It's alive. It exists within you. Love that aspect of you, which is love. Know it. Engage with it. Prime it. Nurture it. Express it. Be it. And when you are, it's just natural. It's just natural to love everyone and everything around you. It's that we were intended to be in this world. And that's why these master teachers have been trying to communicate this to us for centuries. And why every year at this time we celebrate the birth of baby Jesus, because of that example that has been brought home to us. That beautiful example of this innocence. We all come into this world innocent, with our hearts wide open. And yes, sometimes we have difficult experiences along the way that they're not meant to make us small or to bring us down. The challenges in life are meant to give us an opportunity to overcome, to learn who we are, and so that we can choose to be that love that we're meant to be in the world. So your practice this week is to be love. Get centered every day. Make a commitment to taking that time. Get your little Advent booklet out or whatever other kind of reading that you want to do. Get your mind primed. Do your meditation. Presence love. Allow your thoughts to be love. Allow your actions to be love. Allow your words to be love. Thank you. And now have another awesome song by our beautiful Light of the World singers, Dina Ridenour.
Oh, you are so wonderful. Thank you so much. What a lovely, lovely message. And one of the reasons that I gravitate to the music that I do is that it reminds me who I am, because unfortunately we forget. We got to keep pouring that fresh water into our glass, right? I love that analogy, and keep the fresh water coming so we don't forget. And that's why I love this song. I'd love to share with you. I keep finding voices in my mind that say I'm not enough. Every single lie that tells me I will never measure up. Am I more than just the sum of every high and every low? Tell me once again just who I am, because I need to know. Oh, you say I am loved, and I can't feel a thing. You say I am strong when I think I am weak. You say I am held when I am falling short, and when I don't belong. Oh, you say I am yours, and I believe, oh, I believe what you say of me. The only thing that matters now is everything you think of me. In you I find my worth, in you I find my identity. Ooh, oh, 'cause you say I am loved am weak. You say I am held when I am falling short, and when I don't belong, oh, you say I am yours. And I believe, oh, I believe what you say of me. I believe, taking all I am, and now I'm laying it all at your feet. You'll have every failure, God. You'll have every victory. Ooh, oh, 'cause you say I am loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I am strong when I think I am weak. You say I am held when I am falling short, and when I don't belong, oh, you say I am yours. And I believe, yes, I believe what you say of me. I believe, oh, I believe, yes, I believe what you say of me. I believe, oh, I believe, oh, I believe what you say of me. I believe, I believe. Thank you. Thank you.
Everybody's applauding with our quiet applause. Thank you so much, Dina. That was inspiring and moving and just really beautiful. Thank you. And I'm switching back now as we are going to close out. We just want to thank everyone who, you all are so faithful and so committed to this community. And we just want to appreciate you all for all the various ways that you give and support. You can give in all kinds of ways, and you continue to support us, and we'll hold that vision together of coming back together in those big hugs and being able to see one another face to face in the new year. But at this moment, let's just say our offertory blessing together. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. I send it forth with my blessings and my love. And we close with our prayer of protection by James Dillett Freeman. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. So thank you for being here today. We'll see you next week. And now we will stop sharing so that we can say hello to everyone. You can unmute yourselves.
Hey, everybody.
So
Good morning.
Good to see everybody today.
Hi, Hetty.
hello.
Eddie, we have got Joan and Carol and Kara and Mark and Gayleen and Patsy and Doug. Hi, Doug. Hetty, Judy, there you are. Hi. And Carolyn and Jay and Danny. And of course, Mandy's here with us and our lovely.
Thank you all for the
Tina.
kind
Thank you, Tina.
messages that I'm reading right now. Thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It really did. It just piggybacked your message, and I love when that happens.
Yes, it always does. You know, Divine Mind is an amazing thing. Yeah, I do see people are giving you beautiful comments. And Leslie, I see you're here. I didn't see your name in the boxes, but I see that you're online.
I just want to say thanks
both to Beverly and Dina. So there was a lot of personal inspiration that I received from this today. I tried to send a message. This is my first time to try to chat. I'm going to learn how.
Well, okay. Okay, good, Joan. I hope you can. Yeah, you just click on chat.
I did, but I couldn't seem to get my message sent. I didn't see it show up. So I wanted to say thank you and God bless.
You so much, Joan.
Thank you. God bless.
Hey, Danny.
Yes.
It's been a
God
while.
bless. Hello, everyone. We're celebrating the season, which is merry in spite of it all, because we're believing the word, we're focusing on the word, and we have this mind in us, the mind of Christ, which says all is well.
That's right.
Very true. Amen. Thank you, Jay.
That's right.
Anybody else have something they want to share? No? Shy again today, huh? All right, everybody. Well, be sure to give us a call and let us know if you'd like to have your sacred ceremonies kits, and we're happy to deliver them, or perhaps you'd like us to bring them to you. I know you live very close to me. It'd be easy for me to bring you one. And we don't mind driving a little bit. Mandy will be dropping some. I'll be dropping some. Anybody else who wants to volunteer, we're happy to get those kits in your hands so that you can be a part of the sacred ceremonies that we'll be having online.
There's Joan.
So, there she
Made
is.
it.
Hey! Yay! All right. Well, have a beautiful week. Namaste. I love you.
Namaste.
Love you,
Namaste.
Beverly. Have a
Bye.
wonderful week,
Bye.
everyone.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you for having me. Bye-bye.
So glad you were with
Come
us,
back.
Dina.
Come back,
Thank you.
Sonia.
I would be my pleasure. You just ask, I'll be here. Thank you so much.
We'll get you on the calendar
All
again.
right.
All right, thanks, Beverly.
All
Bye,
right.
everyone.
all.
Merry
Bye.
Christmas.
Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
Christmas
Please.
Merry
Eve.
Christmas,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Yes. Bye-bye.